Manchester United have lost their second pre-season game of the summer, 4-2 to QPR. Now, this was obviously a rotated side from what Manchester United would normally put out in a normal game. We do know that, but there were some embarrassing moments in this game. It was different side to what he put out in the previous friendly game. Some of these players still getting the opportunity, but there was a few different ones. The likes of Lingard coming into the fold instead of Juan Mata in the starting lineup, Matic coming into the starting lineup, and Pereira as well. None of these players will start Manchester United's first game of the Premier League season, apart from maybe Wan-Bissaka. I feel possibly Greenwood, but I doubt it, to be honest. If Marcus Rashford's fully fit, then there's no way that Mason Greenwood starts in the Premier League, with Jadon Sancho now coming to Manchester United, so he will be along the substitutes. I mean, Lingard probably is the most likely to actually come into the first 11 at this moment in time, with the way he's been performing at West Ham. Got himself on the score sheet to open the scoring for Manchester United. Now, it's looking more likely that he could well stay at Manchester United, and with his form at West Ham being so fucking good towards the end of the season, and coming in these first two pre-season games looking sharp, hitting the woodwork in the first pre-season game and getting himself a goal in this one, it does. I mean, I thought that Lingard should just go and play his football elsewhere, but if he is along the substitutes for Manchester United at the start of the season, then he's always a handy player to bring off the substitutes bench, and at this moment in time he's performing at a higher level than that of the likes of Juan Mata, Mason Greenwood, any of these players at this moment in time. So probably, as I say, in better form than them, so could probably do better at the moment in time. You'd think that he's more reliable than the likes of Mason Greenwood, but obviously over time it remains to be seen what does happen. But he could definitely utilise Jesse Lingard in the Manchester United fold if he has to be kept around for Manchester United. I would definitely put him ahead of Juan Mata anyway in the pecking order at this moment in time. Whether he's ahead of all these others does remain to be seen, but we will have to wait and see. But as I say, he's certainly performing at a higher level than Greenwood, and Martial's been injured for so long and hasn't fucking played, so he could be ahead of him in the pecking order at this moment in time in terms of his position in the squad. So we will have to wait and see. But he getting himself a goal. They equalised for Charlie Austin moments later. Free header. What the fuck was going on at the back? Teddy Menge not reading his man. The defending was fucking horseshit today, and I don't fucking know. But Manchester United haven't been good today, to be honest. They've been the better of the sides, definitely QPR, and it is still worrying. I know it's pre-season, but you don't want to be making these costly mistakes. Teddy Menge is probably a player that's going to go out on loan. He's going to learn from this game, but the back four was atrocious for Manchester United today. I mean, we have made some changes at half-time, brought a few players off the bench. Some players have been given longer in this game to build up their fitness. We was expecting that. We didn't see the amount of changes that we thought we did in the previous games. There wasn't the likes of Hugo and all these man coming on in the second half, and Shoretiri coming on in the second half at the start of the second half. But Elanga could have scored a goal in the second half, put through, but failed to score. But unfortunately for Elanga, he's got to be taking these chances if he wants to get into the first team, because yes, he's ended up getting himself a well-taken goal in the second half, but he's really got to be taking these chances if he wants to get in the first team, because the places in this team competition for places in this team are fierce. You're looking at the amount of options that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to have if the likes of Jesse Lingard and James both stick around. I forgot to mention James. He started today as well and got 45 minutes. I mean, he's probably going to them two players are probably going to stick around. So with the likes of obviously Sancho coming in, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, Cavani, all these players in and around the team, if Elanga stays at Manchester United, he's going to have a job in his hand to get in the team, and when given the opportunity, he has got to take it and score practically every fucking chance he gets. I know that's harsh, and I wasn't so sure whether he's going to make it at Manchester United. I'm still undecided, but he's very quick and could well make it at a club. Whether that is Manchester United, I'm not too sure, because the level of competition is so fierce for Manchester United. But it's nice to see Manchester United had a clamour, I don't know, an absolute fucking mare in that second half. I mean, it went 2-1, then 3-1, then fucking 4-1. Before you knew it, the game was completely out of sight, and more rotation happened for Manchester United. But we did pull one back. Shoretiri into elanga, and he finished it very well. So he's at least taken his chance to some degree, but at this level, unfortunately, as I say, it's harsh, but you've got to be taking your chances. It's like, even the likes of Martial and Greenwood have got to be taking their chances and putting in better performances than we've seen for them last season on a number of occasions, because the likes of Sancho have come into Manchester United, and he's not going to want to lose that spot on the right hand side, and there's only 3 spots in them attacking areas. So it's going to be difficult for players to get a look in. And I know the season is a long season, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we know, doesn't utilise his bench and rotation that often. Maybe he will next season with more options. It does remain to be seen, but places are fierce, and in this squad, competition is going to be hard for players to get in. But both Shaqiri and Elanga have sort of impressed when they've been given the opportunity to some degree, with Shaqiri getting another assist. That's his second assist in the 2 cameo appearances he's had. Well, the cameo appearance he had today and the half he got in the previous game against Derby County, and that's all you can do, is take that chance when given it. But the likes of Shaqiri and these man Ahmad as well, who we're not seeing on this tour because he's away for the Olympics. Oh, I mean, Jesus Christ, we've got so many players that could be given a chance and got to take it when given the opportunity. I'm not too sure how much, if these 2 players, Elanga and Shaqiri, are going to stay around or go out on loan. It does remain to be seen, but Shaqiri is a bit young for a player to be going out on loan. Normally clubs don't send them out on loan until they're like 18, 19 really at Manchester United, but we could well do that. I mean, if he went to the Championship, would be a tough league for Shaqiri, and he could perform well because we know what a quality talent he is. But getting into that Manchester United first team is going to be fucking difficult for these players. But it does remain to be seen. I would like to have seen Hannibal Mejbri given more game time, because I think he's a better player than that of Andreas Pereira, a gash player in my opinion, not come off as how Manchester United thought he would, how I thought he might come off. And it is a bit disappointing that some of these players have put in mares today, because with their futures, I mean, like the likes of 2-1-Zabi, Ted Menge, and their futures are undecided at Manchester United and where they're going to play their football next season. Putting in mares of performances just doesn't do their futures at Manchester United any good, and they're probably going to have to go on loan and try and impress on loan and maybe Championship or Premier League clubs and try and rectify their careers before maybe possibly coming back to Manchester United. But it is a short career, and if you don't perform at the here and now, you haven't got 3 or 4 years to impress clubs and come back and perform for Manchester United, because Manchester United will go out and buy a Rafael Varane or a Jadon Sancho and replace these players. So it is for these players too, but a lot of this pre-season is about getting the match fitness up as well. So, but it was a good opportunity for these players, and some of them have got the experience that now that they wouldn't have got if the likes of Paul Pogba and Harry Maguire and all these Rashford and all these men had been playing in these games. They wouldn't have got the experience that they have and being able to train with the first team on a regular basis. So it is good experience for some of these youngsters, and they have, and the youngsters have actually shown up, some of the first team players in these couple of games, I believe. So it is good for them. But anyway, we've lost the game, but it doesn't really matter on the result at the end of the day. It's just I don't want to see the mistakes happening in this Manchester United team. If you lose, if you're unlucky and you lose, it doesn't matter in this game because the result doesn't matter. It's just a bit worrying when you see certain errors that need to be cut out from these players. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on it. We've got another game in the week, so hopefully some more players will start coming back. We might see the likes of Scott McTominay and the likes of Pogba and all these men coming back to Manchester United in the coming weeks, and see the likes of Lindelof and that. So it should be a bit of a stronger lineup coming up in the next couple of games, so we might see some more mature performances from some of these players. But I would still like to see in the next couple of games some of these youngsters given the opportunity. As I said, I think some of these youngsters have more outperformed. The likes of Palestri have outperformed some of the better senior players in these first 2 games so far. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do hit that subscribe button, like the video, and share the video if you're watching this on Facebook, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.